2-point game. Laker ball, and Oubre got a hand on that, and it's off of Schroeder. A team over the edge here tonight. We'll see. 2-point game. Warriors with great defense. Oubre, now Oubre scores.
The Golden State Warriors just beat the Los Angeles Lakers in an exciting game. And if you haven't seen that game, or if you just want to check out the final minutes, I'll have that as the end screen. You might want to check it out after this because it was an exciting one. But after watching that game, it just leaves me with one question. Has Kelly Oubre Jr. finally figured it out? He shot 9 of 18 from the field and 2 of 8 from 3 and had 23 points, which is a season high for him. And believe me when I say, Kelly Oubre needed to have a game like this. He's been pretty bad this season and holding the Warriors back in a lot of ways. This isn't me just calling him out or hating on him. There's been a lot of stats that back up my point. I wanted to see Kelly Oubre do well, and I wanted to see the Warriors do well, even without Klay Thompson. But before that Lakers game, Kelly Oubre was averaging 11 points per game and 19% from 3. The Warriors, who still have a lot of shooting on their team and have the greatest shooter of all time, were ranked 18th in 3-point efficiency. If Kelly Oubre didn't take a single shot, they would have been ranked 4th. Last season for the Suns, Kelly Oubre was averaging 19 and he shot 35% from 3. One of the main reasons the Warriors got him was for his scoring and his shooting. And when Klay Thompson went down, that's when they decided to pull the trigger on that trade. They were trying to heal the wound a little bit from losing Klay. And his production on the court, specifically his shooting, was nowhere near good enough to help the Warriors become any sort of threat. Until last night. And even if we look at guys like Andrew Wiggins, yes, I know Wiggins hasn't played like a #1 overall pick. He's not the next Michael Jordan. He's not the next Kobe. But at the time the Warriors traded for him, they knew what they were getting. They were getting a shooter and a guy that can give you 17, 18 points per game to help the offense. And that's exactly what he's been doing. Also, a shout out to Wiggins for clamping up on LeBron in the clutch. I don't know why he doesn't play defense like that all the time. But the point I'm trying to make is that when the Warriors traded for Andrew Wiggins, they weren't expecting him to play like the #1 overall pick that he was. They expected the exact same production that he had in Minnesota, and he's been giving him that. For Kelly Oubre, they expected him to give similar production that he put up in Phoenix, and he's lived nowhere near to that potential. But let's talk about last night. So Kelly Oubre, for the first time, actually played how he was supposed to play for the Golden State Warriors. I still don't know when he's going to find his rhythm from beyond the arc, because he shot 2 for 8 in that game, but he still found a rhythm and found a way in the Golden State Warriors offense, and he was also great on defense. He had 2 clutch steals. One was off an inbound, and the other was off a missed layup, and if he didn't get those steals, the Warriors wouldn't have won that game. Without Klay Thompson in the lineup, the Warriors rely a lot on Kelly Oubre. How he plays is going to have a huge impact on how many wins this team gets in the regular season and how far they go in the playoffs. And obviously nobody's expecting them to win the championship, but if they make a deep playoff run, Kelly Oubre is going to have a lot to do with that. I also think that Steve Kerr switching up the lineup was great for Kelly Oubre because he actually was moved to the second unit. Maybe that's where he thrives, and maybe that's where he should stay. Not everybody's meant to start. Look at Nick Young a couple years back. Certain players just prefer coming off the bench, and I think Kelly Oubre is one of those players. He likes to take over that second unit. Steve Kerr himself even said that in the starting lineup, Kelly Oubre looked lost out there. He looked like he was just standing in the corner, not getting involved enough. And so making that switch seemed to make Kelly Oubre want to play more aggressive. But let me know in the comments, do you think this is the start of something great for Kelly Oubre, or do you think this is just one good game for him? Also, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this, and I'll see you in the next upload.